This morning, we are learning more about the attack on Minnesota Representative Angie Craig. We are joined right now by CBS's Scott McFarland, who had a chance to talk with the Congresswoman. And Scott, good morning.
Good morning.
Scott, you had a chance to talk with Congresswoman Craig. You know, tell us what did she say had happened?
Angie Craig is still recovering from a bruise to the face. She was punched in the face, according to a police affidavit, by a 27-year-old Washington, D.C. man who pursued her into the elevator in her Capitol Hill apartment complex. According to the police, he trapped her in the elevator, demanded to go into her apartment, at which point he punched her, grabbed her by the collarbones near the neck, and after which, Ms. Craig says she threw her hot, just-purchased coffee in his face, ran out of the elevator at the next stop, screamed for help, and managed to ward him off. But here's the bottom line. Congresswoman Craig says what's more startling is that this defendant, the man charged in this case, has 25 bench warrants from prior cases, several previous assaults, a criminal record, yet was out on the streets to assault her. Take a listen to more what Congresswoman Craig told us late last night.
I have a security detail with me. At my personal residence in Minnesota, I have security that's actively monitored. What none of us plan for is the random attack that just comes at you. And look, I'm a member of Congress, yes, but on Thursday morning, I was just a woman getting into an elevator who got followed in by someone who attacked her. And, you know, I think about that as I think about now, as I say, look, I got really lucky now that I know just how many times he's assaulted other people. I was assault number 13 on his record. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure there is not a 14, a 15, a 20.
In the meantime, Congress is very much grappling with criminal justice reform. There is a new proposal to require local prosecutors to better track the outcomes of some of these cases. Who's getting a plea deal, who has a criminal past, who's getting released with the potential to reoffend. But a couple other notes. Congresswoman Craig back home in Minnesota recovering. She'll come back here when Congress reconvenes later this month. And she made clear that when this alleged assailant said he wanted to go inside her apartment, she knew at that moment he was not coming in, and she was going to fight or flight then. She had just purchased the coffee in the lobby, threw it at him, and that may have been her saving grace.
Right. Scott, we just heard Representative Craig talking about she doesn't want to see a 14th person, have a 14th person be assaulted. Does she have a plan as far as what she can do to stop assaults like this from happening in the future?
I think she's leaning into this argument that Congress needs to get serious about considering criminal justice reform for those defendants who have criminal records, those who may have drug issues. Police allege that in this case, this assailant may have a drug issue. This 27-year-old man is named Kendrick Hamlin. He's back in court tomorrow in this case. It's a federal charge, assaulting a member of Congress, faces a 10-year maximum. And tomorrow, a judge will likely decide whether to continue to hold him in jail pending future hearings.
And Scott, your full story will air later on this morning on CBS Mornings. Is that right?
Yeah, we expect to hear more from the Congresswoman's account because she has a lot to say, not just about that day, that strikingly haunting day last week, but what can be done. We all want to get serious about reducing crime, all the major American cities, and what can Congress reasonably do at this uniquely politically challenging moment? We'll hear more from her then on CBS Mornings.
Right. All right. Scott McFarland live for us from Washington, D.C. this morning. You can see Scott's story again after 7 a.m. right here on CBS Mornings on WCCO. Thank you, Scott.